Chair of today's event, Honorable Dr. Balayogi ji, who apart from being a very strong and affectionate member of all World Gayatri Parivar, is also one of the most respected yoga teachers of India. And he's also a dear friend, so Dr. Balayogi ji. And organizing secretary of today's event, Dr. Neelanchal, who is one of the finest alumni of our university and who's currently working as a wonderful and dynamic young professor at Sarla Birla University, and all the other distinguished dignitaries joining us from India and abroad. Good afternoon to all of you and my respectful pranams from India. Let me start by conveying our heartfelt congratulations and admirations to Dr. Balayogi ji and Dr. Neelanchal for organizing this faultless and exceptional gathering. Many of the listeners may know that with his esteemed institution, our University Deva Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya has cherished a very long and fruitful collaboration. And on the occasion of valediction ceremony of this week-long international workshop, I would like to reiterate our desire and dedication to work together, serve together for the betterment of humanity and for the betterment of the yogic practices. Now, you may have noticed that I am sending this message to you from the serene surroundings of Shantikunj. Many of you have already been to this office where I am sitting right now. And this place is the headquarters of all World Gayatri Parivar. And those of you who are not aware of it, then Gayatri Parivar is a family. It's a global socio-spiritual network of more than 150 million members sprawling across more than 80 countries. And it is headquartered here in the foothills of mighty Himalayas in India. And as you are aware that this message is reaching to you amidst challenging times of this global pandemic of COVID. And when we attempt to evaluate the current times, the current uncertain times in the wake of such a calamity, then we can easily call them unprecedented. And in such times, the significance of the divine possibility that yoga offers as a sacred tradition, it becomes of colossal significance more than ever before. And for us to comprehend that, for us to understand that how yoga can provide a solution in the current troubling times, let me offer a different analogy. Of course, everyone focuses on the therapeutic aspect of it, but let us try to evaluate the current times in the wake of all the changes that are happening around us. We are in the middle of a race of science and technological advancement. It is absolutely clear to us that this accelerating pace of technological advancement is not only shaping the future of humanity, but it is also commanding our life choices. It is reality of current time that the one who controls the data is controlling the larger part of the world. And what I intend to say, that the scientific developments which are happening around us are necessary. I'm not denying that. I'm not contradicting that they are the necessity of today's life. However, the question that we need to remember is that how we deal with that advancement comes not only in the remit of science, but it also comes in the remit of spirituality. Because with this shift of humanity more towards technological advancement, what we are also witnessing is a scene of chaos and confusion and uncertainty and disillusionment and dissatisfaction and fear. A fast pace has brought the people shine and sparkle in their lives. But under those shiny exteriors, most people seem to have a life of pain and misery and sorrow and solitude. We are surrounded by imaginary friends on the Facebook, but in reality, most of us, I'm not saying that everyone, but most of us have empty hearts behind those fake smiles. The pain, the suffering, the sorrow, the tension, the stress, the strife that is inside the human beings was not even at the battlefields of last century. We have made huge houses for us to live in, but where are the families now? On one hand, we have reached to the moon, but we seem to have forgotten ourselves, our choices, our life path, our life objectives. They are somehow lost in this pursuit. And worst of all, we have populated the earth, but we have annihilated the humanity. Compassion is gone. Greed and decline, they seem to be the mantra of today's life. And this world demands a change. If everything continues the way it is, then what we would be leaving for the next generation would be a damaged world, a fractured society, and confused and broken kind of individuals. It's already disappearing. It's not there. It's not there because for long we have been dreaming a dream from which hopefully we are just waking up. The dream that if we just improve the socio-economic situation of the world, then everyone would be happy. You give people money, power, position, prosperity, then everyone would be miraculously happy. That's what everyone believed. But truth is that as the struggle for survival has subsided, then the real question of the life has started to emerge. That survival for what? Now people have means to live but no meaning to live for. And this is where the yoga comes into picture. The real yoga offers us that sense, that direction, the purpose, the meaning for our everyday life. The journey of the yoga teaches us that before we find everything else, before we find the money and power and prosperity, let us try to find ourselves. Otherwise, scenery around us would keep changing and we will continue to remain what we are. And changing the envelope does not mean we are changing the content of the letter. Changing the substance, changing the prakriti, not the akriti, not the one that is outside, but the one that is inside is the purpose of yoga. That is the true transformation. That's why the word yoga means harmony. In Bhagavad Gita, when Lord Krishna is giving the definition of yoga to Arjuna, he says, Yogas kuru karmani, sangam tvektva dhananjaya, siddha siddhyo samabhutva, samatvam yoguchyate. Samatvam yoguchyate. That yoga is the balance within and harmony outside. So yoga that we are talking about, it centers on the refinement of human consciousness. To accomplish what we would like to accomplish through it, we would like to accomplish the purity of the body. That Gurudev said, Swastha Sharir, clarity of the mind. That Gurudev said as Swachhaman, and divinity of the consciousness that Gurudev said Sabya Samaj, refined society. And for one to accomplish that, we need to start from a revolution that starts from within. That's what Puja Gurudev, who was a groundbreaking scholar, talked about. Those of you who are not aware of him, he wrote 3,400 books on each and every aspect of humanity and started this revolutionary movement called Vichara Kranti Abhiyan, Thought Transformation Movement, which now has millions of members and thousands of centers worldwide, all running on absolutely free basis. And I would like to end by quoting what he said on the current times, because that is the message I believe everyone should take. He said that while current times look dark and gloomy, they should not bring fear or despair to us. Rather, we should embrace them like a call of action. Current times are a signal that we are not supposed to fight the current times individually, but we should fight it like a family. We should fight it as one race, we should fight it as one nation, we should fight it as one religion, and we should fight it as one society. Because for the first time in the history, all the people of the world are called to work together as a single human family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, towards the common goal of ushering the world into an era of sustainable culture. So I hope that the idea of yoga, which also means union, the idea of yoga, which also means balance, the idea of yoga, which also means harmony, we should be able to accomplish it, and we should also be able to give a new direction to the world, which is the idea of starting any yogic adventure. In the current times, when we have taken the theme of the message of Gurudev, Pragya Yoga, in which he talked about comprehensive transformation, not only at the level of individual, but also at the level of society, not only through the yogic practices and asanas, but also from a sadhanatmak purusharth and sadhanatmak adventure. We have taken that as a theme to take it to the millions of people this year, in this beautiful year, when we have taken such a wonderful sankalp. I again convey our heartfelt wishes to all of you for so patiently listening this message, and also to Dr. Balayogi ji and also to Dr. Neelanchal for organizing this unique and exceptional gathering. My pranams, my best wishes, my Mangal Kamna, my Shubha Kamna, and the blessings of Divine are all with you. May you always be happy, prosper, contented, and advancing in every direction of your life. Always, now and ever. Pranam.